All right, today is the big reveal. This is the first cheese that I made. Made it back in February, and yeah, it's the first cheddar that I ever made. So today, it's almost 6 months old, and I've got a few others that are going to age a little longer, but I'm really curious about how this turned out, and you're going to find out whatever I find out right along with me. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. If it works out that it's really good, then I'm going to cut it up into smaller pieces, and I will put it on the smoker today because it's nice and cool out. So it smells really good. It's got a nice cheddary smell to it. That's great. And well, you can see it's got some mechanical lines on it from the vacuum packing. I'm making another cheddar today, and I might just go ahead and wax these from now on. It's not going to make a difference in the way it tastes, but I don't know. I'm fussy, so I'd rather not have these mechanical lines in it. But anyway, here we go. We're going to cut the cheese. It's cutting really nice. Cutting like you would expect the cheddar to cut. And it looks great. I mean, it looks like a cheddar. It's got that kind of dry, crumbly look to it. So to cut it again this way, and I'll smoke these in 4 parts. Yeah, it's really cutting superbly. All right, the big reveal, the big taste test. Let's see if it's going on the smoker or going in the trash. It's not going to go in the trash. Here we go. Oh wow. Nailed it. Perfect. All right, I'm going to wrap this up for now, and I'll show you how I go about smoking cheese on the smoker without melting it. Talk to you soon. All right, well, before I get the smoker going, I realized that I've got a pepper jack cheese that is also done aging. So we are going to test taste that as well. I had a little problem with one of the bigger cheeses I made, the Sage Derby. It was the first one that I made where the recipe was a little bit bigger, and I kind of screwed up on the salt amounts. So that one didn't go so well. So now I'm a little concerned about the pepper jack. Wondering if I didn't screw up the salt amounts on that. I got it figured out now, but I don't know if I got it corrected when I did this one. So we're going to find out. And if this goes well, then this is also going on the smoker. I probably could have picked a bigger knife for this. So that's a good stiff cheese. Yeah, that's a little crumbly. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, I'm not sure. But we're going to find out. Okay, so this one I did with just jalapeno peppers. Didn't want a super hot cheese, so. But I do like the pepper cheese. So, yeah, there's a good amount in there. So, good recipe, I suppose. And here we go. I'm going to taste test this as well and hopefully you'll get both of these cheeses on the smoker today. Yeah, that turned out good. I guess I got the salt right on this one. I don't know what happened when I did the other one, but it seems like I've got it worked out, the salt amounts with the larger cheese mold now. So it's all good. These will all go on the smoker in a little while and I'll be back. Well, we're at the smoker now. I'm going to show you what I do to smoke some cheese. This is a smoker with a side burner on it. So let's get started here. This is just a regular tray that you would use in your oven, disposable. So let's start out with that. And I've got a little over a dozen or so briquettes that are started. It's just my dog freaking out. So I'll get those in there and just get them placed around. I want to kind of keep them bunched together so they keep burning. The nice thing about this is you don't get air circulating under it like you do when you're normally smoking other things and you need heat. So it stays burning, it burns slow, but not hot, and that's pretty much what you want. We're back. I had a little mishap there with the camera, but we're back. Maybe. Alright, we're back. So now what you want to do is you want to just take, usually buy these small wood chips. You can get it at any store, like apple wood. I don't know what kind of a difference it makes, but fruit wood seems to really do best, in my opinion. So what we'll do is we'll just take a little handful and we're going to sprinkle it around on top. And we'll just do that every so often. Just want a nice good smoke starting. That's good. Alright, now we're going to close it up. And you can see we've got a lot of nice smoke coming out there. I've got the side vents closed. I really want this thing just to make a lot of smoke. And I've got my cheese as far away as possible on the bottom edge. You're going to get more heat if you put it up on the top rack, so we don't want heat. Heat is bad for cheese in this stage. So I'm going to close it up, let it smoke for a little while, and I'll come back and show you how it's going. Just going to close that in a little bit. We don't want it all to go away. So, all right, I'll be back. Well, the cheese has been in there for about an hour now. You can see it's starting to turn color a little bit. It's a good sign. We keep the smoke going, but what we're going to do now is we're going to turn these over. You don't always get a whole lot of smoke that comes through this netting on the bottom. Plus you get a little condensation on the top when you do this, and you just want to make sure you're getting all sides even. So I'm going to go ahead and flip these over, and hopefully in about another hour, maybe a little bit longer, they'll be ready. Doesn't look like the ones in the back are getting a whole lot of smoke, so I'm going to bring this over just a hair. Everything's still nice and cool, not a lot of heat going on. Close this up, and we'll go over to our burner. It's a good idea you're going to need to stir these up occasionally to get the hottest part of these coals to the surface. Then just add a few more chips. I have to keep coming out here probably every 15 minutes or so to keep adding more chips or to stir it. So that gets it going real good, and we'll come back. I'll bring it back in about an hour and we'll see how the cheese looks. Alright, it's been about an hour and a half later, and there's one thing I do to kind of monitor things so I'm not checking in on it and letting the smoke out all the time. I like to put a temperature gauge down near where the cheese is. So I kind of poke a long one in on the side here. I don't tend to trust the kind that come with these. They give you false readings all the time. But you want to be at about 80 degrees. You can be a little over, a little under. As long as you're getting smoke, you're doing good. You start getting up to 90 degrees, and it's going to make the cheese sweat, which is going to dry the cheese out and leave you bad results. So we should be done at this point. I did cheat and I checked a little while ago, and we're looking pretty good. It's a nice golden brown around the edges. No sweat coming from any of the cheese. It's all pretty good and dry. So basically you could do this with any cheese, store-bought cheese, homemade cheese. And from here what we're going to do is we're going to get it in the house, and we're going to vacuum seal these, and these go in the refrigerator. One thing I highly recommend is to let these settle for at least 10 days. You're just not going to get any smoke flavor on the inside of the cheese without doing that. If you don't have the vacuum seal bags, you can put it in Ziploc bags, but you need to let these sit up for at least 10 days so the smoke flavor gets through the entire block of cheese. Right now, if you tried one of these, you would just taste a film of smoke over the top of the cheese. It's not going to be very good. So you always want to give it at least 10 days. 2 weeks is fine. If you want to go a little more, that's fine too. But we're going to get these in the house and vacuum seal these. And thanks a lot for watching.